Geoff Ramsey has seen a huge transformation in the past couple years, changing his diet, drinking, relationships, leaving Achievement Hunter. But what's he up to now? Well, the story begins a couple years ago, when Geoff was going through an extreme amount of change in a short period of time. Geoff, starting Achievement Hunter and being there when it exploded in popularity with the Let's Plays, became one of the most loved members of the group. But over the years, things started to change. After years and years of making videos, Geoff just started to feel tired, and video games just weren't fun to him anymore, which very obviously is burnout.
I've made a ridiculous amount, more than anybody else in the company, by far. Yeah. And I'm tired.
It's true.
I'm just tired. Man. Don't get me wrong, y'all are great and all, but I just don't want to be around you anymore.
Yeah, we know.
So in early 2017, Geoff requested a sabbatical, which is a long vacation from work, usually about a year or so, which Geoff definitely needed.
I'm not going to be around for a while.
Aww.
Yeah.
But the problem was because Geoff was making a bunch of shows, he was still coming into work anyway, and was coming into the office like 3 days a week while on vacation. So it was probably the least sabbatical in the history of sabbaticals. But that's not the only thing that happened, because it was also around this time that Geoff was going through a divorce, and that, combined with a sabbatical, meant that he had a ton of free time now, which may sound awesome, but Geoff said that it was actually very difficult for him because he lost his sense of who he was. Since, in his busy life, he focused so much on being a husband, being a father, and working at Rooster Teeth, he realized that when those things were changing, he didn't have much of himself anymore. So he spent a lot of his time sitting there by himself, not knowing what to do, making him feel even more alone. Day-to-day life became really empty and lonely for Geoff, and losing a part of his identity made it even worse. But it goes even further. The alcohol. Geoff always had an identity around drinking, and it became part of his humor and character at Rooster Teeth. But there was some actual hard truth to it, because the drinking had got to the point that, after waking up, Geoff had to take multiple shots of liquor every single morning before he could even go to work, which is insanely unhealthy, but it was something that Geoff felt like he needed to do. But one morning at 6 a.m., Geoff was drinking his daily shots, and after the 5th shot, he felt really sick and was like, "Oh God, I'm gonna vomit." So he turned around to run to the bathroom and vomited all over the floor. God, do you guys remember these days? And then there was the whole Geoff's not the best dad fiasco. Like, it was a funny video, don't get me wrong, and it was played up as a joke that Geoff was gonna kill himself.
Told him I was gonna kill myself.
But a lot of the fans were genuinely concerned about Geoff's mental health. But thankfully, things did start to look up. Geoff was actually very honest about his experience dating and how difficult it was for him after the divorce. He said that dating was really complicated because he was in his 40s, he was a single father, he was married for so long, dating apps and social media have completely changed how dating works. And to top it all off, Geoff is in a high up position at a company that people want to work for to advance their careers, which can make people's intentions really confusing.
We have a lot of amazing interactions with audience members every day and community members all the time. But a lot of those end with, how do I work for you? I want a job. And you just get to the point where, like, I expect everybody to ask something of me.
Yeah. But things turned out okay, because through Tinder, he met his girlfriend, Emily. Emily Hatfield is the owner of a hairstyling and beauty business in Austin called Vane. Being an expert stylist, she's even done the hair of people at Rooster Teeth, and even made appearances in Rooster Teeth content.
First off, welcome Emily Hatfield. Emily, really appreciate you jumping in.
Geoff and Emily are super happy together, and you can see pictures of their adventures on Emily's Instagram. But that's not the only thing that got better in Geoff's life. With Bernie stepping down as Chief Creative Officer in 2019, his previous responsibilities were split amongst multiple people at Rooster Teeth. Now, there are more creative forces in the company, with Barbara being in charge of RT Core/STF, Trevor in charge of Achievement Hunter, Jordan for animation, etc. With Geoff being the executive creative director, in charge of directing all of them. More specifically, Geoff is in charge of RT Direct. What is RT Direct? Well, a couple years ago, Rooster Teeth split into RT Direct and RT Studios. RT Direct is the more unscripted content, like what you see with Achievement Hunter and Funhouse, whereas RT Studios is the more narrative stuff that gets sold to other companies like Netflix and HBO. Basically, imagine stuff like Let's Plays, podcasts, and Last Laugh. Those things are RT Direct, which is what Geoff is doing, while stuff like Laser Team and Genlock is RT Studios. So this new role means that Geoff, unfortunately, isn't in much Achievement Hunter stuff anymore, and now considers himself a legacy member, still being in some Achievement Hunter stuff, but not part of the main crew. But because of this new role, Geoff's had a hand in making some really cool stuff, like Hardcore Mini Golf and Last Laugh, as well as one of my favorite podcasts, Face. Because Face is about Geoff, Gavin, and Andrew talking about doing stupid shit that gets them in huge trouble or screws them over, but they still do it anyway because it's funny. So whenever you do something that screws yourself over for a laugh, you've faced yourself. And a perfect example of this is the name of the podcast itself. Because the name Face is really inappropriate and vulgar sounding, it's really hard to sell to advertisers. Thus, they bleep face themselves. So it's inappropriate for advertisers, difficult to explain to new people, and it's confusing to spell, which makes it hard to search up and find. They're basically doing everything you shouldn't do with a podcast. But it's funny. So you can tell by my description that Face is one of the dumbest things Rooster Teeth has ever made. But it's the exact kind of dumb that the fans love. And it quickly became one of the most loved podcasts the company has ever made. However, all this pales in comparison to what I think is Geoff's most amazing transformation. Remember that moment when Geoff drank those shots in the morning and vomited all over the floor? Well, Geoff had thought about quitting before, but now this was the moment where he finally decided to stop. As he was cleaning the vomit and alcohol off the floor, Geoff thought to himself, I don't want to live like this anymore. Geoff described himself as most definitely an alcoholic, which can make it difficult to quit. But Geoff was like, no, I'm stopping here. Right now, no more. So he stopped. And you may be asking, since Geoff considered himself an alcoholic, did he try any support groups like Alcoholics Anonymous? And the answer is simply no. This is because Geoff said that while he thinks these programs are amazing for the people who need them, it's just not his thing. And he felt that he needed to take this journey on his own. So in March of 2017, Geoff started on his path to sobriety. And years later, he's seen a huge transformation. He said that being drunk all the time really affected his memory, making him pass out all the time. And the times that he was awake, everything was really fuzzy. But now, being sober, he can actually remember things, and he's so much sharper and clearer. And another motivation for getting sober was Millie, because he said he wants to be there for her for as long as he can, so he needed to quit drinking so he wouldn't drop dead. Geoff did say that he thinks that the root cause of his alcoholism is his obsession with things, because when he gets into something, he goes all in with a very addictive personality. So now, he said that instead of going all in on alcohol, he focuses that addictive personality into more positive things, like his daughter and Rooster Teeth, which he considers his 2 children. Also, drinking prevented him from losing weight, because every time he tried a diet, he'd be like, oh, I need to cut out alcohol for this? Nah, not for me. So he never went on diets, and slowly got heavier and more unhealthy. But now that he's sober, diets are a thing that he can do now, specifically doing diets like keto, while also exercising by biking all the time. So at his heaviest and drunkest in late 2016, he was 216 pounds. But now look at him.
I hit a milestone this morning, Michael. I'm really excited about.
What's up?
I put on my pants this morning.
Oh, yeah?
And they fell down.
Nice. Oh, nice.
I'm too skinny for my pants now.
Gotta wear a belt.
That's right.
Here's a clip of Geoff in 2016. Now here's a clip of him in 2021. He's 5 years older, yet he looks 10 years younger. So that's where Geoff's at right now. Got a huge promotion, starting new shows, in a happy relationship, and over 4 years sober. And as bummed out as I am that Geoff isn't an achievement hunter that much anymore, he just seems way happier now. Not to mention, way more healthy. So I'm happy about that. I love Geoff. Salt of the earth. Love that guy. So Geoff, even though we're sad that you're in less stuff now, we're happy that you're happy. And know that whatever you do in the future, we'll be there to support you.